They need to go all in for Deshaun Watson. That's the big thing for this offseason. If they get Deshaun Watson, they're immediate Super Bowl contender. I would give Tua. I'd give the Texans pick back to them. I'd give another first. I'd give 3 firsts and Tua for Deshaun Watson. And if you want a player that's not like a superstar, say you want Devontae Parker. There he goes. Bye. Have fun. Take it.
That's tough. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Juan from the Max&JuanCast. We're back at it again with these season reviews, man. Today we're going to be doing the AFC East. We're going to be giving out some grades, looking forward on what teams should do.
What a turn the AFC East has taken. No longer do the Patriots reign supreme. They finished third, bro.
Brady is gone. And that opened up the door for Josh Allen and the Jets. Not the Jets. Let's chill out, all right? Because they fucked up last season. They wound up winning a game against the Rams where they should have, and they lost the number 1 pick.
So are they eating an F from you? Because I gave them an F just because they lost the number 1 pick.
If I can give something lower than the F, it would be that. But I can't. F is where it's at.
They fired Adam Gase. I think that was actually a positive move. They hired Robert Saleh. If you're a Patriots fan, right, you saw Brady win a Super Bowl. And if you're a Jets fan, they fired Todd Bowles for what? Adam Gase, right?
Yeah, but I don't think Todd Bowles was a good head coach. He's a great coordinator. But I think
they went 10-6 with him. They went 10-6 his first year there. Come on. Compared to the dog shit of Adam Gase.
Yeah. Still, though, things ended kind of ugly with Todd Bowles. But like you said, Robert Saleh, he's going to get the defense together. But what the hell is he going to do about the offense? Are they going to draft, Justin Fields?
They have the number 2 pick. It would seem like all signs are pointing towards a quarterback. There's been so many rumors with Darnold. Last podcast, you wanted to see Darnold where? Washington. Maybe they get a late first, early second round pick, more ammo.
I think they definitely keep it. They definitely pick a quarterback. I don't know who it's going to be. You already know there's going to be that third quarterback that comes out of nowhere. Maybe it's Trey Lance, whoever it is, that's going to come out of nowhere and going to get a lot of steam coming up towards the draft. It always happens.
Let me ask you a question. Are we sure drafting a quarterback's the right move for them? If they draft a quarterback, they're just bringing him into dog shit. They have no good groups on this offense. The O-line's okay. The best player is Becton. He was a rookie. It's like, what are you bringing the quarterback into? You're just bringing him into a system to fail. Like, to be honest, I think the Jets failed Sam Darnold a lot more than Sam Darnold failed the Jets.
Yeah, Sam Darnold definitely needs a fresh start. I don't think the jury is out on him just yet. Yes, it has been ugly, but I think me and a lot of other people do think that there's more from Sam Darnold. Put him in a better situation and let's see what he does. I love them coming out of USC. I still have faith in them.
The reason I brought that up because who's the running back for this team? We already know about Le'Veon Bell's disaster. That was a disaster, that contract. Who's the receiver? Denzel Mims? I didn't like what I saw from him as a rookie. Jamison Crowder? He could get cut. They could save like $9 million cutting him. Like, I just don't want to bring in Justin Fields to this situation where he's just running for his life. Like we saw Mahomes in the Super Bowl and he's getting hurt. And then one injury leads to just a setback. And there's another setback. And then before you know it, you just wasted another pick.
Well, one thing to add to the equation, they have $67 million in cap. Okay.
So they have $67 million to waste. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, yeah, you can easily say that they could waste it and probably not make a lot of good moves. But we've seen how quick teams can turn it around, okay? Just with a couple draft picks and some free agents. Because I think even though the Jets were looking to go 0-16 at first, right? They were looking really bad.
Before they pulled the Jets and messed it up, yeah. I'm with you.
I think a lot of people did underestimate on how much talent they kind of have. Like we said, they got Becton.
I think their talent's on the other side of the ball. They don't have a lot on offense. And look, let's be real. They should be 3-13 before Greg Williams committed the second worst sell of the season.
Yeah, they should be 3-13.
Look, I think if they can get some receivers, I go quarterback. If I don't have any offensive talent, if I go quarterback, I'm stashing him for a year. I'm not going to have Justin Fields go out there just to die. Like, get Juju Smith. We've seen that report. Go out there and get Chris Godwin. You got the money to blow, and they can cut and give a lot more money. It's like they have some bad contracts on this team. Shocker, right? Not the Jets.
Yeah, and that just goes to more cut candidates and see if they can free up even more money. You bring up receiver. There's a lot of receivers to come out in this free agent class. Even a guy like Nelson Aguilar. Like, go ahead and sign a guy like him. T.Y. Hilton's a free agent.
They have 2 first-round picks also. They have the pick for Jamal Adams, don't they?
Yes, they do. But it's kind of low, though, from the Seahawks.
No, I'm just saying, at least you got 2 first-rounders. Like, they could really be an infusion of talent on this team like we're talking about.
Yeah. And I would say if they don't go quarterback, you got to go defensive line. You got to get a stud at defensive line, some type of edge, because they don't have no kind of pass rushers at all.
Actually, I will say this. I like what I saw from Quinn Williams. He had some really good spurts for them, but I think he needs a guy to complement him on the edge because, like, everyone, it's like the Khalil Mack thing with the Raiders, right? Well, they're all just going to block him, and then it's kind of like, oh, shit, now what? Like, you need to have another piece.
And
it's not just enough to have one good pass rusher.
It's even easier double teaming him from the inside because he's not an outside guy.
Exactly. They have one big free agent. It's Marcus May. I don't think he'll re-sign there because if I'm Marcus May, I'm sick of all the losing and shit. Unless, like, Robert Saleh sells you on, like, coming back. He's a really good safety. He's going to get paid.
We'll see. We'll see if they keep C.J. Mosley. He was a guy that opted out for COVID. A lot of people, I completely forgot about C.J. Mosley. We'll see.
Yeah, we're doing this, and you turned to me and said, like, dude, what the fuck happened to C.J. Mosley? Did he retire? I'm like, no, he stopped it out. I go,
Exactly.
God damn, I haven't seen him in, like, 2 years, I feel like.
But I think a big wild card in this is this team is on the Deshaun Watson alert.
Ooh, we forgot about that. I forgot about that. Excuse me. I won't say we. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so we got to mention that they are a team in play for him. If Deshaun Watson goes there, does that change your whole perspective on this Jets team?
No, because then I'm like, it's like I'm watching the Houston Texans again. Like, they have no weapons, no O-line. Like, maybe they'll go like 5-10, 5-11, excuse me, but like, you got to get this guy some weapons. But like, they do have a lot of money, so they're going to have to build, like, if they get Deshaun Watson, those first 2 picks are gone, right? You're trading those 2 first round picks.
Yeah, you're giving up a lot. So
you're going to really have to go in the free agency, which is good because they do have the money. But I feel like this team's not ready yet. If I saw their team in like a month after free agency starts and they get a lot of good pieces, then I might like Watson more. I don't want them to go there just yet. Like, let's see what they're going to do.
Fair to say. And another team looking to get a quarterback is the New England Patriots. All right. They're not the New England Patriots of old, of winning the division and going to AFC championships. A lot of stuff has changed. No Brady, obviously. Questions like, what are they going to do with Cam Newton? What are they going to do to get a playmaker on the outside? They're having a bunch of people come back from last year. They had a league high of guys sitting out because of the whole COVID situation. So that means getting guys back like Marcus Cannon, the starting right tackle, and starting linebacker Dante Hightower. So that should help them out. And they got a bunch of cap space.
So everyone acts like they were ass last year. They were 7-9. And they had a quarterback who couldn't throw the ball 10 feet. He was so fucking bad, Cam. I'm sorry. I fought for you for a long time. Juan can attest to that. But his accuracy was awful last year. Granted, I get they have no playmakers, but how bad was Cam Newton?
He was bad.
I give him an F.
I think after the Seahawks game, everyone wanted to crown him.
So what's your grade for them? I give them a B. Like, I thought all things considered, the opt-outs, the losing Tom Brady, Cam Newton was ass. They went 7-9.
Yeah, I give them a B minus. This team has a lot of holes. I think that's a big reason why Tom Brady left. N'Keal Harry's a bust. I'm just gonna say
big bust.
Bust. Great high school recruit, shitty pro. Okay, bad.
I mean, definitely. If I'm the Patriots, I'm not re-signing Cam Newton. I'm kind of shocked that Stidham didn't really get much run. I can't believe they didn't really go into him as a starter because all offseason we heard, oh, Stidham's like, Stidham looks good. Then they signed Cam Newton, like what? Maybe like a month before the season? Month and a half?
Yeah, and I think one team that had to be affected by this the most, what I've been hearing around just NFL executives and people who are really close to the NFL and close to the Patriots, especially like Rodney Harrison. Just on what he said, I'm just saying that the Patriots work on shit in June and July, and it's really big for them. They're a team that they run a bunch of shit during the off season, and the off season is very important to them. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that Bill Belichick like took this season as a joke. Like he legitimately did not think that this season was going to play out.
There's definitely not a team that was affected more by the lack of like coaching, especially in-person coaching, than the Patriots. Because I would say for the last 20 years since Brady's been there, like this has been the best coach team in football. Like it's not even close. And not to mention, like we said earlier, the opt-out shit killed them. So many of their great guys. I will say one concerning thing, though, about this team is it's kind of old. Like, there's not a huge influx of, like, young talent. But I will say this. They have a lot of draft picks. What has Bill Belichick been doing for, like, 20 years, bro? Trading down in the draft. Like, at some point, Bill, like, you got to, like, either push those picks. Like, you got to push the chips on the table. Or you got to just, like, what are you going to do with them, man? Like, at some point, you got to stop trading down.
And you got to hit on them.
You're going to hate that. Yeah, if you're the Patriots, like, what do you give up for Derek Carr? Because I think if they get Derek Carr, I'm like, oh, shit. Are they back?
I think if they get anyone like Carr, Wentz.
Don't say Deshaun Watson. I don't want to see Deshaun Watson.
No, Deshaun Watson.
I'm good.
Hey, look, we've been talking a lot of Sam Darnold. Maybe even Darnold there. Is there any chance that
for his career?
Is there any chance that they bring back Cam?
No. Why would you? He was awful. I know the shoulder is hurt, whatever. He's just not good enough. Like, he can't stay healthy. Like, okay, if you give me 16 weeks of Cam, like, the first 2 weeks, yeah, I'll do it. But, like, what's the odds of that? 1 in a million?
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to give Cam a pass. I don't think I'll give him a pass. I think he was bad. And I think, obviously, he was hurt. Okay, obviously, he's hurt. And he hasn't recovered from all those surgeries. Like, shoulder surgery is a big deal.
Yeah, especially when you're a quarterback. Like, it looks painful when he throws the ball sometimes. Like, I don't know how you feel about it. I've watched a lot of him last year. It was painful.
Yeah. And I think this year with Bill Belichick, it's one of the most interesting seasons I can remember that Bill Belichick's going to be part of. Because he has a lot of cap. And it's going to be a weird offseason. Just with the whole cap space, and there's a lot of team over the cap. There's going to be a lot of players out there, I'm telling you. I think a lot of teams are going to cut bait with a lot of players that you don't expect for them to be in the open market.
That should definitely go after Chris Godwin. 100%.
Yeah.
Go after a weapon.
Yeah, we don't know what they're going to do at tight end. They don't have a tight end. They don't have no playmakers. Their offensive line is solid. I'll give it to them, but even the running back situation where, you know, that's another pick that they fucked up on. They drafted a guy like Sony Michel. I don't think Sony Michel's that good.
Great college player, man. But no, it's like I don't see any of that electricity I saw in college, bro. You know, it's crazy to think about. He was really good in college. Like, he was just as good as probably like DeAndre Swift. But I like DeAndre Swift more than I like him. Like, Edelman, you can't count on him anymore, right? He's 34.
No, not at all.
He's getting a step slower. I think he can still be productive. Like, he can be like a good slot receiver now. Like, but you can't put him outside. You can't count him to be like dynamic anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. But it seems like he'll be a Patriot for life. But we forgot to bring up a guy like Stephon Gilmore. What are they going to do with him? Stephon Gilmore is one of those guys who are, you know, he's very elite. He was probably the best corner the season before this one. You know, but this season he kind of got hurt. He had a down year, you can say.
He got hurt in week 17, I think, week 16 he got hurt.
Yeah. But he's
going to be out for a while.
Yeah, and he wasn't terrible. I'm not going to say that. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't playing that, you know, high level.
He wasn't Gilly Lock,
yeah,
bro.
He wasn't Gilly Lock. That brings up the question, maybe they trade him. Maybe they even cut him. I don't think they will cut him.
If they cut him, though, that would be the most Bill Belichick year early cut bullshit. Like, that's some Bill Belichick classic right there. Like, all right. Like, I'm going to cut you just, like, 1 year early.
Exactly.
So I don't have to deal with it. Like, the first two teams we covered were obviously the two most disappointing teams in this division, right?
Yeah.
Is it as bad as people think for both teams? I don't think it's awful for the Jets. I think there's actually some good signs for the Jets, and I think there's some good signs for Patriots. Like, I don't think it's, like, hopeless.
No, it's not hopeless at all. And another guy that I forgot to bring up, what if they bring back Jimmy Garoppolo? That's even an
I
option.
was gonna say Jimmy G. Like, what are they gonna give him? Like a second round pick, third?
San
Yo, if he comes
Francisco
back,
might
I
cut
think he
him.
could be good. Yeah, save like $20 million. I'd do it.
And I think that
Be
goes
in.
back to just a lot of teams. I would say this: a lot of teams are gonna cut people, like I said, that you don't expect to get cut. I feel like Jimmy G was gonna get cut regardless, whether it was a weird COVID offseason or whatever. But that's besides the point. The point is that Jimmy Garoppolo might be back on the Patriots, and that'll be very fucking interesting.
It will be very interesting. And like the other two teams in the division, the Bills and the Dolphins, they were the surprise. Like I wouldn't have said the Bills were going 13-3 or the Dolphins were going 10-6. But like, which team do you want to go to first? I'll give you your choice.
Well, let's go Bills. The Bills are top dog. They obviously made it all the way to the AFC Championship. Unfortunately, lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. There's no shame in that at all. Stephon Diggs, stud. Josh Allen took a big leap this year.
Can I talk about Josh for like a minute?
Before you do, let me hear your grade.
A plus.
I give him an A. I want to say just the only reason why I gave him an A and not an A plus, I think that defense could have been better. But go.
I just want to rewind to the 2018 draft. There was this quarterback from Wyoming. He was 6'5", could throw the ball a mile. And there was this idiot in my life who said he sucks. He only completes 50% of his
Hey,
passes. He
why I
plays in
gotta be all
Wyoming.
that?
I didn't say you. Let me rephrase. There were two idiots that said he was trash. And I was like, you know what? I don't care about the completion percentage. He's throwing in 50-mile-per-hour winds. He's got a cannon. I get the footwork sloppy. Sometimes he's like an idiot. He does some Josh Allen things. But Josh Allen arrived. He proved me right. Thank you so much. Like, I just love him, man. I can't lie to you, bro. Like, he's perfect in Buffalo. He's got like the blue collar mentality. I'm glad he proved me right, and I just want to shove that in your face one last time, bro.
Oh yeah, get him out. Get him out of your mouth, bro. Jeez. But
You were wrong. I just want to hear you say it.
I was wrong.
More
I was
time,
wrong.
bro.
I've said that in plenty of podcasts already. Okay, I ate the Josh Allen bullet already, and I hopped on pretty early. It wasn't
I
like
appreciate you. I appreciate you being honest, bro. But look, you were 100% right going back to what you said. The defense was bad.
yeah, they didn't live up to expectations.
I don't even think Trey White had an amazing year for like his standards.
Yeah, he didn't. Even look, I love Tremaine Edmonds, but he was kind of underwhelming to a certain point.
He was a little. I don't think he's underwhelming. I just feel like it was just tough because I felt like there were only 3 good players on their. Oh, excuse me. There was like 5 good players, and there's no one in front of them that was good for them really. Like Jerry Hughes was okay. Dude, Ed Oliver's been bad. Like I don't know what to say other than that. Like I haven't seen one flash from him, bro. And I'm sure someone's gonna go show me a play of him having a sack, but like seriously, I haven't seen him like really be disruptive like he was in college.
Yeah, and I think that's the key word for them is solid. Their defense is just all around just solid. I think the only guy that brings it to an all pro level is maybe Jordan Poyer. You know, he's been really good. Or even a guy like Trey White, but like you said, Trey White kind of had a down year.
But you say they're solid. I don't think they're really like that solid. I feel like they're just really well coached, especially like the guys up front. Okay, the back end's got talent, right? You'd agree with me on that? And the linebackers are talented, right?
Yeah, Matt Milano and Edmonds is a
But
good
everyone
combo.
in the front, like the front 4, isn't good. Like there's no one there who's dynamic. And I feel like that just like kind of crushes them at some points. Like they don't really get pass rush.
I don't
Like
think
you
they're
could never
as
send those 4.
they're not as physical as they should be. They have a lot of guys who are really fast and nimble and amazing athletes, but they don't got like that Baltimore Ravens or New York Giants right now, just like meaty guys, just guys who are big and huge and take up space. They don't really have no
Can
one
I
like
read
that.
Can I read my cut candidates for this team? Mario Addison, Jerry Hughes, Quinn Jefferson, Vernon Butler, John Brown. I named 4 defensive linemen. They're all making this dumb amount of money that they should be cut because none of them are good. I think the best one's like Jerry Hughes and Quentin Jefferson. Vernon Butler's not good, and Mario Addison's not good. I don't know. Like they just got to get better up front. Like if I was them, maybe invest in some O-line and some D-line. Like, they got to get better in the trenches, definitely. That's the big key for them. Get better in the trenches.
Yeah, get better in the trenches. Definitely draft some type of defensive lineman in the draft. And going on the other side of the ball, I know we're praising Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, but I think the reality is they need another playmaker.
Outside of Diggs and Beasley?
Outside of Diggs and Beasley. I know people love Beasley, but they need another guy on the outside. Now, maybe that guy is their rookie from last year. What's his?
Gabriel Davis?
Gabriel Davis. I like Gabriel Davis. Hopefully he's that guy. I'm not sure. But they got to fix the O-line, and they got to get a running back. Singletary and Zach Moss, I don't think that's the answer.
I disagree, bro. I don't think they need to. I feel like for how they play, they're just perfect. Because you don't want to run the ball a lot if you're Buffalo anyway, right? Like, you gotta ride Josh Allen's arm.
That's dangerous to play with, though. You still should be able to run the ball. I think besides Pittsburgh,
I agree with you. They should run the ball better, but I don't think they can really block up front that well.
Yeah, and that's a big problem. But besides Pittsburgh, they were one of those good teams that were in the playoffs and had a good record that just could not run the ball flat out.
Pittsburgh was what, the worst? Like, they're their own tier of shit at running the ball. Buffalo's like the next tier up.
Exactly.
Right? Like, they're gonna have money to spend. Josh Allen, they got 2 more years of him on like the rookie contract, so they're gonna have some money to spend. And like, the window's now. So you gotta add the running back, like you said. I disagree with, but you said that. Fix the trenches. Number 1 priority. Get an edge rusher. Dude, if Ed Oliver don't step up, he's gonna be gone. I'm sorry. Especially with the off the field shit of getting arrested. Ed Oliver was the 9th pick in the draft. That's a big ass investment, and they have not got any return on that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Some of the free agents that I'm looking at now that will be a big target for the Bills if I were them is one, Jadeveon Clowney. I think that would be a really good fit. I would love to see him in Buffalo.
Definitely get him at a discount.
Yeah, most definitely. And another guy for the offensive end, what if they picked up a guy like Allen Robinson?
Ooh, I would like that. Because they don't have any big receivers. They got like munchkins.
Yeah, the Gabriel Davis got a little bit of size, but I think, man, Allen Robinson, that'll be a really good fit. I hope they're really aggressive in free agency because, like you said, the window's now. The time is now. Don't waste time. I know Josh Allen is young, but hey, he's not going to be on that rookie contract much longer.
Can I give you 2 defensive free agents I would love to see in Buffalo, and 1 free agent I think they would definitely get because like it's some Buffalo shit?
Yeah.
I want them to get Bud Dupree or Shaq Barrett, excuse me. I feel like they would definitely sign Melvin Ingram. Like, I don't know why it's like, oh, we need an aging like veteran because we're Buffalo.
Wouldn't it be the first time they got a Chargers defensive lineman, Sean Merriman?
Jesus Christ. Lights out, baby.
Well, let's move on. Let's go to the Dolphins. We saved the best for last. I think they're the most interesting team in this division. I'm just gonna start it off with the grade. I'm gonna give them a B+. I know I don't like Tua personally, but they really exceeded my expectations, especially getting blown out in week 1. I didn't think they were that good after that. That just goes to show you how deceiving week 1 is. But I like the Dolphins. I hate to say it. I like the Dolphins, though.
I gave them a B. What would their grade be for you if Tua like proved he was the franchise guy? It would have been an A, right?
Yeah, but I think if Tua was the franchise guy, they would have been in the playoffs. That team would have went 12-4.
Was there a mistake by not playing Fitzpatrick the whole year?
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Ryan Fitzpatrick's a weird guy. I think if it was me coaching, I would have stuck with Fitzpatrick.
It's like they kind of had to play Tua by taking him. Because, like, you have to see what you got. You can't just, Ryan Fitzpatrick's, 37, going on 38? Like, Tua just had to be seen, and I didn't like what I saw. I didn't see the arm talent. I saw some accuracy here and there, I'm not going to lie. But he's not a good athlete. Like, people saw him running over the field in Alabama and shit. He's not a good runner. Like, he's not the type. He's kind of like Johnny Manziel. Like, that shit works in college. That shit don't work in football. In the NFL, excuse me. And let me play devil's advocate. He didn't have a weapon. Devontae Parker was hurt. He didn't have a running game. The O-line's not that good.
Yeah, they were on like their 4th string, 3rd string running back.
Yeah, like the Gaskin and shit. Like, okay, I get that, right? But like what I did see, it wasn't like, oh, those guys just aren't open. Like, I just didn't see the talent. I didn't see like the big arm. And I'm big into like physical traits. I just didn't see that shit from Tua, and I saw some questionable decision making.
Yeah, questionable decision making. The arm talent wasn't there. I really like Brian Flores though. I think they really got something with him. That defense played lights out. They were that team that really drove them to that 10-6 record. Even though they didn't make the playoffs, it really drove them to that record because they made plays, man. They scored points for them, straight up.
I don't think this defense needs to be touched, right? Maybe you can add a pass rusher. Like I don't think Ogba's good enough to really be a big player. Like he's a situational guy, but they just need to find like that elite guy off the edge. Or is that even like important? Because how many years in New England have the elite edge guy? Like a couple with Chandler Jones?
Yeah, not many. And I think Brian Flores really does have the recipe for that because before he came, Emmanuel Ogba wasn't shit. He was a bust from Cleveland.
And he had the best year of his career.
Even a guy like Shaq Lawson. Shaq Lawson is looking good in Miami. He's another bust from this division. He came from the Buffalo Bills.
The only guy he couldn't save was your boy Black Eyes, Charles Harris, man. But you know what? Look, they got $27 million in cap space. The only way, I think the biggest thing that could eat at that cap space is if they push the chips in the table. Or chips onto the table, whatever the saying is. I don't know it. They need to go all in for Deshaun Watson. That's the big thing for this offseason. If they get Deshaun Watson, they're immediate Super Bowl contender. I would give Tua. I'd give the Texans pick back to them. I'd give another first. I'd give 3 firsts and Tua for Deshaun Watson. And if you want a player that's not like a superstar, say you want Devontae Parker. There he goes. Bye. Have fun. Take him.
That's tough. I like Devontae Parker a lot.
I do too. I think he's good, but like you just can't count on him, man. He's always banged up.
And if that means getting Deshaun Watson, you do it.
So you're with me. You do that trade. Basically 3 first-round picks, Tua and Devontae Parker.
What if they asked for a guy like Xavier Howard? Would you do it instead of Devontae Parker?
I'd say I'm keeping my own first-round pick this year, but yeah, you can have him.
Man, it's a lot. But
because they just drafted a corner in the first round, he didn't really do much.
Yeah, he has like some weird last name. And then you'll still have Byron Jones.
Iganagabi. Yeah, they got Byron Jones, Iganagani. Like, they're just well coached, so it's not going to really matter. Like, they don't have to have the most talented defense, you know?
Exactly. And they're close. Even though the Bills are the top dog in this division, they're close. Like, they're not far behind. They got the defense to keep up with the Bills.
Yeah, I think you got to take the Week 17 performance away from them. Like, they're a young team. They weren't ready to go up in there. Tua kind of screwed them. He didn't play well. And, like, let's be real. They were, like, 2 years ago, we were talking about them tanking and shit when they traded Laramie Tunsil, Kenny Stills. They absolutely destroyed Houston in that trade. They have the, 4th pick in the draft, and they were 10-6?
Yeah.
Like, imagine they keep the pick.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They could add a guy like Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle. You could go anywhere with that pick.
Literally anywhere. You can even go quarterback to get pretty, to be honest.
It wouldn't be crazy. We saw Josh Rosen get 1 year and he was gone. Granted, Tua looked a lot better than Josh Rosen. I'm not going to say Rosen looked better than Tua or anything.
Exactly. So how would the ladder go after talking about all these teams going into next season? How would you rank them? I think the Bills got to be 1, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little risky. I'm gonna put Patriots at 2, Dolphins at 3, and obviously the Jets at 4. Just because I think Bill Belichick's gonna have something up his sleeve.
Yeah, most definitely. I do agree with that. I got to put the Bills. I'm gonna go Dolphins. I think Dolphins just have way too much talent. They kind of have the Patriots number. I'm just gonna say that. Then I'm gonna go Patriots.
Ever since Gronk was chasing Kenyon Drake, it's not been the same.
Exactly. Then I'm gonna go Patriots. Then we'll go Jets. Jets, like we said, they get Deshaun Watson. Maybe our perspectives change. I just want to see how much he goes for.
It's definitely gonna be a lot, man. I feel like one of the quarterbacks, like Wentz, Carr, Deshaun, has to be traded, and then all the other quarterbacks might get traded. Like one of those dominoes has to fall.
Yeah. I think the first domino that's gonna fall is probably gonna be Wentz, and then from there, I think a whole bunch of guys you'll really know the value of the quarterback market by then on what he goes for, Because if Wentz winds up going for 2 first-round picks, like
insane.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Like, what the fuck is Deshaun Watson going to go for?
6, 8. But I think that wraps up this division. Is there anything you want to add?
I think that's about it. Who we doing next? We'll surprise them. Let's not say who we're doing next.
Yeah, this division definitely was funner to talk about than the NFC East for me, man. I actually like these teams, like most of the teams besides the Patriots.
Exactly. Well, we're going to call it there. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube, man. If you're watching this, hit the like button. All right, subscribe. Comment down below, what would you do if you're the GM for these teams? Give out your grade. Say what you would do, man. What free agents would you pick up? Who would you draft? Let us know, man. It might be your team. Let us know.
Like Juan said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all the support we've been getting from you guys, truly. And Juan, what are they going to Hulk smash that like button like?
They're going to Hulk smash like Bill Belichick putting on all his rings on his fist and just punching the hell out of the window because Brady won his 7th.
Bill Belichick's probably like got some Thanos vibes, bro. Talking about reality is often disappointing and shit, bro.
All right, man. We out. Peace.